Yes, We Kenya was born with so many objectives, but I would say that the most important thing for us was to create empowering activities and tools in order to allow young people to be able to create a positive change in their local communities and to be multipliers able to promote values such as democratic values, social inclusion, active citizenship, but most of all, human rights. The first step was the realization of a training course held in Nairobi, Kenya. Youth workers, educators and facilitators coming from Italy, Spain and Kenya, the organization partner countries, participated in a one-week mobility during which they were trained through non-formal education techniques and human rights education. It was fundamental for the partners and the Erasmus Plus program working with people in contact with youth. The methodologies used, in fact, aim to empower the participants and to make them multipliers of the content learned among the young people of their local communities. People working with young people is actually giving them everyday food for thought. So, Yes We Kenya wanted this food to be empowering and make them feel able to be active actors of their communities, or even online, and be promoters of human rights by starting from the very right to participate and to be an active citizen. To underline even more this concept, during the staying in Nairobi, some local institutions were invited to speak. And I'm happy to say that they fully recognized the value of the project and gave their support to the participants involved. Then, all the new 21 trainers went home with some local activities planned during the training course and experimented themselves or added to their daily work the methodologies learned in Nairobi. We must say that the whole process was not easy. We faced many difficulties, starting from the COVID-19 pandemic, which was not at all in our dreams when the project was written. The whole process needed to be readapted, but in the end, it was worth it. We managed to develop all the foreseen activities, both online and offline, and to involve so much more people in the process.
I chose to participate with Yes We Kenya so I can empower young people and create awareness.
Because I believe that no formal education can reach me a lot.
Projects, the skills I expect to acquire will be in project management, managing projects, and finding different ways of which I can teach youth skills and education.
I truly consider this is a really interesting opportunity where I can take part in the volunteer program and fulfill my altruistic motivation of improve the living conditions of people in developing countries.
I expect that after going through the training that we are having now, I'll be able to get more skills on how to go about it, the projects, and how I'm supposed to execute the work that I'm supposed to do in the YES programs when fighting for the human rights and also when training others on how to do it.
Yes We Kenya provided an opportunity to interact and to engage with other partners to come up with local solutions for the Kenyan youth, which include things to do with education, human rights education, interaction and socialization among different cultures, to try and see different views, come up with new solutions to solve problems in the current society that we live in.
My name is Rosanna and I'm a member of the Healthy Speech campaign group. We decided to develop the campaign about mental health to raise awareness on how much this is still a topic not considered, even as a part of the basic human right to health. The local action took place online because by doing that we could reach more people, and the people we reached were also interested on the topic and asked us about human rights as as well and told to us.
My activity involved creating awareness on cybersecurity and cyberbullying, which are issues in our communities and that young people face. During the activity, I managed to conduct an online research to identify different areas or how these affected different people across the world, and I realized that it's quite a common issue that you find in almost every other country, whether first world, second or third world. I managed to collect some few facts here and there regarding cyber security and cyberbullying. Some of the facts were quite shocking, but all through I could find solutions all the way around some of these issues.
The activity we decided to do was a raising awareness activity. It was a street action where we set up 2 posters where in one of them you could read, behind this post there's someone whose rights are being violated, and in the other one, who was just behind it, you could read, the fact that you don't see it doesn't mean that it's not happening. So behind those posters there was a bunch of headlines with the news description where you could read what was happening, where it happened, and the impact of this human rights violation. The headlines included a lot of areas and ambits such government violations, or just in a professional environment, or in a day-to-day aggressions to people. As association was divided into 2, and the 2 teams were there to interview people, debate, and get to know their opinions. Also to raise awareness and make them spread the words about the human rights violations.
As a final activity, me and my colleagues, Veronica and Lucia, we've been implementing a social media campaign to raise awareness about the problem of discrimination against second generation in Italy. So we've been decided to redesign our campaign to raise awareness about this issue and to inform people about the problem that children are suffering from this discrimination.
I tried as much as I can to bring youths together from different places so that I can train them all about human rights, violation of human rights, part of FGM, part of it. And during that training, there are some challenges that I faced as an individual. Having that, I've been having groups to train, but I realized that due to COVID-19 that we were experiencing all over the world, I keep on having, today I can have new members in the group after I've trained them. Maybe we are planned to meet them after 2-3 days. I realized that the people I trained last time, maybe they have not attended, so it forced me again to search and look for another group.
The activity at the park was a way to distribute information about loans which the youth can access when trying to start up their businesses. It was more of a start to let the youth know that these facilities are available, so that from then on they can start to develop their businesses and start the process of accessing these facilities.
La nostra serie di attività l'abbiamo intitolata Scatta il tuo talento. La prima parte online è consistita in una serie di post in cui abbiamo cercato di sensibilizzare i giovani sull'importanza delle competenze, in particolare sulle competenze trasversali, e in questa prima fase abbiamo posto online un questionario in cui ogni giovane poteva dirci in quali ambiti aveva maggiori interessi. In base ai risultati che abbiamo ottenuto andremo a organizzare l'evento offline, che si tratterà di una giornata in cui con attività di educazione non formale cercheremo intanto di mostrare loro le opportunità che possono interessare i giovani e aiutarli a migliorare le loro competenze e a sviluppare per l'appunto i loro talenti.
It was important for the project to be concluded with one final meeting. The whole group met again, and each local activity was presented to the others. This was a moment to show the results of the activities, to receive some feedbacks, and to plan for future activities together.
much, especially on using non-formal tools. Some of the skills that I learned are like communication, team building. With that, I was able to really interact with so many people, and I was able to get a few results, which I think this kind of skills important even for not only this project but even in other personal projects or even in business.
I believe Yes We Kenya project gave us association members a toolbox about how to detect human rights violations, how to act against it, how to spread the word about that, how to raise awareness about the human rights violations.
We think that if you want to raise awareness, if you want to prevent discrimination, we need to act locally. So that's why we decided to implement this campaign on iTunes social media, that most of the followers are from Rome.
The Yes We Kenya experience for me exposed me to new people, allowed me to make new friends, and allowed me to know the number of things in the world which need to be changed and the possible ways there are for us to change them.
I think also now after this I plan to use my new skills that I've got from the training. I'll develop more better than the other one because already I've got skills. I've interacted with the Spanish team, I've interacted with the Italiano team, how they have performed, how they have introduced their project, the kind of the material they have been using. So I've learned also. So I promise also my other activity that I'll happen to develop, I'll improve it very more. And I promise to make it perfect than all.
And we are planning to involve more people who are interested on the topic.
We all went back home full of new ideas and new plans to be further developed.